Hello, dear listeners. It's Emmanuel here again, and welcome back to another episode of the Peculiarstars Lifestyle Network. Today, let's talk about something called future faking. You see, it's when someone makes big promises about the future, but you see, they might not really mean it. So, this can happen a lot in relationships and can really mess with how people feel. So, I want you all to picture this. You are in a relationship and your partner starts talking about the amazing life you are going to, build together. They are dreaming big marriage, kids, that dream house, maybe even traveling the world. And it's like a movie playing out in your mind and you are all in it. But then as time goes on, you start to realize that these dreams stays as dreams. Now this is it. They know how badly you yearn for these things, so they leverage on it. They paint vivid pictures of a happy life, happy family life, promising commitment and stability. But you see, when the time comes to take concrete steps towards these goals, they always find excuses or create obstacles. So you see, this behavior keeps their victim tied to them, hoping that someday the promises will be fulfilled, while the narcissist maintains control and avoids true commitment. Now, the important point to know about future faking is they have been listening to your hopes, they have been listening to your wants and your desires since day one, and they are mirroring what you want to you so that you stick around longer. And I want you to keep in mind, this is not what the narcissist wants. They are manipulating you, and you see, the narcissist doesn't want the same things as you. All they want are power, control. They are not interested in a love that is honest or true. That's why they are manipulating you and promising you this grand future so that they can take power over you. So I feel like we all need to understand why people do this. And if you have experienced this before, please kindly share your stories with us in the comments below. Firstly, people future fake to get instant benefits. You see, sometimes people use future faking to get immediate rewards, and it's like they want the good things right away, like maybe emotional support, financial assistance, or simply having someone with them without truly committing to a long-term relationship or commitment. For instance, someone in a relationship had issue with their partner, and within themselves they know they don't have any plans for you, but they begin to say all these sweet words so that you can stick around longer and they can just pass time with you and later on move on. Someone that needs financial assistance from you can promise you that just loan me this money, I'm going to double it when I want to return it. And within themselves, they know that they are not going to return that money. But they know if they promise you big things, you are going to give them what they want at that moment. Another reason why people future fake is to avoid problem, just to avoid wahala. You know how it goes. Some people simply dislike getting caught up in unnecessary dramas. So instead of having difficult conversations about emotions or future plans, they just make promises left and right to maintain a smooth situation, at least for the time being. They know by the time you start having deep conversations, problem will happen and they don't want any problem. So they just, promise this and that just to, let things slide. Another reason is that future fakers always want to stay in control. And you see, it can be about someone wanting to be the boss. By keeping you hopeful for a future that never shows up, they keep the upper hand in the relationship. When someone starts to say sweet things about themselves, or they start to praise themselves or promise you things they can never do, and they just want you to see them as boss, they want you to see them as big deal, and they want you to, always dance to their tune. So this is just about trying to stay in control. I don't know if you have experienced people like this before. If you have, share your experiences with us in the comments. Another reason is fear of commitment or insecurities. You see, sometimes people are afraid to fully commit to something because they are unsure or they are scared. You see, future faking could be a way they cope with these feelings. Some people also future fake to feel special. You see, sometimes people pretend about the future just to hear compliments and feel good about themselves. For example, someone might talk about grand plans for the future like going on extravagant vacations together just to hear their partner say how amazing they are. So, as I said earlier, these are the things they know you like. These are the things you have been talking about, the things you hear about, and they just try to mirror it to you so that you stick around. And the last reason I'm going to talk about is that some people future fake just to play games, just for fun. And this is one of the worst reasons. For example, you see, some people use future faking to mess with your feelings or take advantage of you. And it's like they are treating your hopes and dreams as a game. For instance, they might make promises they don't intend to keep just to see how you will react or to manipulate you to doing something for them. Someone knows they don't have any plan for you, they don't have any plan for marriage, they don't have any plan for kids, but they still try to convince you to, maybe sleep with them, and they promise you heaven and earth just to, get what they want. And before you even realize it, they are gone, and you begin to wonder, how did you allow that to happen? Have you had any experience with this kind of people before? Share your stories with us in the comments. So, what's the big deal about future faking? Now, let's talk about why this matters to us. First of all, it can result to heartbreak and disappointment. You see, when those big plans never happen, it hurts. Definitely it's going to hurt you. And it's like someone burst your bubble and you are left wondering what went wrong. Someone promised you are going on vacation and you've told all your friends, you have been anticipating, and it's time for the vacation. They try to bring up different excuses or try to create obstacles so that it won't work out. And it's not like they are not maybe capable financially, but they are not just interested. It can also result in loss of trust. Future faking messes with your trust. After all those empty promises, it's hard to, believe the next time someone talks about the future. If you are in a relationship and probably, let's say you are in a relationship with a future faker, and after the relationship has crashed, the next relationship, definitely there will be trust issues, because when the person says something, you will find it very difficult to believe the person. Also, you are going to feel lost and used. Imagine investing time, investing love, or even money into a future that was never in. So it's a tough pill to swallow, and it can leave you feeling lost. And you see, they may claim to hold you down while loving another at the same time and carrying on with their lives. You see, it's super pathetic to imagine the stress of a future they don't see or truly want. So pay attention closely. It's better to be enlightened than to be led astray by your own desires. Finally, let's talk about how to spot and deal with future faking. You see, everyone will be suspecting everyone now. So how do you differentiate a person who truly wants this from a person future faking? Or do we assume they are all faking until proven otherwise? It's a question that I want you all to also drop your thoughts on it in the comments. But you see, personally, I'm going to say you need to start watching their moves, not just their mouths. You see, actions speak louder than words, right? So keep an eye on whether those promises actually turn into something real. For example, in the dating phase, just check if they do what they promise. Someone said you are going on vacation. When the time comes, are they bringing up excuses, or do they really keep to their promises? Communication is also key. You see, have those honest chats about what you both want for the future. You see, it helps clear up any misunderstanding. For instance, in the commitment phase, their words must be backed up with real action. If they say they want to get married, then naturally the families must meet, and you see, relevant marriage customs must follow. So you need to start taking note of all these things. Lastly, set your boundaries. Don't let anyone play games with your heart. Make it clear what you expect from a relationship and stick to it. So that's all about future faking, being promised something great but then getting nothing. But you see, we are not about settling for less. By paying attention, having honest conversations, and believing in ourselves, we can avoid the fake promises and make our lives awesome. And here is a final question for all of us. Are we going to take control of our own lives or let others decide for us? Share your thoughts below and let's keep talking. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for listening, and bye for now.